So it doesn't matter how good you are. There are very good people always shocked that their marriage didn't work. It's not about you. You know you can be a great driver and still have an accident. Because the other person driving can be mad. Has nothing to do with you. You're obeying all the rules, but that's not what guarantees success. You must choose the right person as a team. Somebody get what I'm saying? But too many good people are always crying. Oh, Pastor, I'm so good. I'm so loving. I do everything right. Except choosing right. Two intentional people. We must both press it at the same time for intimacy to be built. But to create the wall, I must still be good. Once they are no more good, the wall is there. So that shows how important it is to pick right. All right. So anyone that starts. Are you sure? So we're looking at about 10 things. We'll run through them very quickly. That has helped us in our own marriage. Agreements we had when we're starting. Number one agreement we had, very interesting. When we're dating, we agreed that if at any time on this journey to the marriage, to the wedding, if you decide or believe that we are not meant for each other, we'll back down without any animosity or anger. Do you understand? We started a relationship, but it's with the clause that if at any time in this journey to that wedding, if you feel this is not it, feel free to back down. Nobody will be offended. That's part of how you know healthy self-esteem. The way some people beg other people. Please don't leave me. If you leave me, I will die. You must marry me. It shows something is wrong. Because marriage is not for two getters, it's for two givers. If you're having that mindset, it means you are coming to suck the life out of the other person. And what you don't realize, when you beg for love, the people you are begging don't even value themselves as much as you do. So when they see, they even have a lower esteem of themselves. When they see that you are willing to die to be with them, they're saying, look, if I feel I'm this low, and you feel I'm this much, how low are you? That's why begging for love never works. Nobody has successfully begged for love. Not for long. The best you can get out of begging is pity, not love. I've not seen anybody that said, oh, my husband begged me. And he's still begging now. And we've been begging for 20 years. Never. Along the line, someone is going to change into resentment. So we agreed that, look, if at any time you feel this is not it, we will not be angry. Everybody will back down. Even if it's on the wedding day. If we have not joined us on the wedding day, if you feel this is not it, call me and we'll break it. Because we both came with that healthy idea that I'm not useless without you. Is somebody get what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, some people beg for this marriage, you know that their own life is so horrible. They are so tired. They don't like themselves at all. That I'm so dead. If you don't marry me, I'm finished. Who am I without you? Eh? Marriage won't give you what you don't have. This is why you not marry the person. You are not pressuring the person to become something because you didn't have a life. You must have a life. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? The Bible says that a man that is full loathed honey, or he even despises honey. He said, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. So when you come into love empty and hungry, anybody that says I love you will be confused. Any offer is good. When you have self-esteem and self-value, you are very selective about who you decide to go on the journey with. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So our first agreement we had was that if at any time you're not most happy with this thing we're doing as a relationship, we can cut it off. Without animosity, no quarrel, no stalking, no hate mail, no status, no updating your status. You know when some girls have broken up, they start writing parables. Don't trust any man. Trust is end and not. They will start writing. You know somebody has broken up with somebody. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to see you all here. And it's good to be here. I had a great time this morning with Bishop Francis. Well, it's good to be here. So I'll just get right into it because Pastor K has already talked 1 full hour. I don't know how he does it. Let me just introduce books 2 hours ago. Okay, so yes, that's our first agreement. Second agreement was if we now do make it into the marriage, divorce was not an option. So we only had up till the day we were getting married to decide whether we're going to walk away or not. That when we now get into the marriage, there was no way out. That's how we saw it. And that's because even in counseling, I still share with couples. When we counsel couples, we tell them, we ask them a simple question when they come in with all their issues. We say, if you are in a room like this room, and there are no windows and there are no doors, and a fire breaks out here, what will you do? If you think about it, the first thing you do is try to put out the fire because there's no way of escape. But if that same fire breaks out and there are windows and there are doors, there will be a stampede because you won't think of trying to put out the fire. You're just going to think of how to get out and how to get out first. And you don't care who you trample on to get out. So for us, we decided and we made up our minds that in our marriage, we're going to take out all windows and all doors. So whatever the issue is, we are going to try to fix it. So not only is divorce not an option, mentioning divorce is not an option. Threatening each other with divorce is not an option. In fact, divorce is a taboo word in our marriage. We don't joke with it. We don't play around it. It's not even a thought. So no matter what we're going through, we have to find a way around it. And the truth is that our marriage has had many challenges. There were times when we couldn't even afford to eat. But we knew that divorce was not an option. We were going to have to find a way. And I didn't start blaming him and thinking, oh, look at you, your mates are providing for. No, because he's not my source. God is my source. And I'm not invalid. If he doesn't bring money, what's wrong with me? Why can't I bring money? So we had to, we always understood that there's no way out of this. So whenever there's a challenge, we have to fix it. When we got married, we didn't have our children on time. He didn't now, even though it was my fault because of my health. So before we got married, I already knew I was not going to be able to have children. Doctors had told me, and not one doctor, not two, not three. So this was something that I already knew. But when he proposed, I told him, and he made up his mind that he was in love and was ready to go the journey with me. And when we got into the marriage, first 8 years, it didn't happen. He didn't say, oh, I'm out. And at some point, I was even feeling bad for him because I'm wasting your time. We've been here for 8 years. By now, your first child should be planning to finish primary school, But he didn't, because we understood that once you've gotten into it, this is our decision for life. So that's one agreement we had. And no matter the challenge, we're going to face it together. And divorce was not an option.
Yeah. And if you are dating someone now and they're always threatening you with a breakup, that person will continue to threaten you with a divorce. Again, this is why the first agreement is important. You must come from a healthy point of view. Once you act like the person is doing you a favor, one person is already underhanded in the relationship. So you're already dating now in a courtship now, and the person is always saying, I'll break up with you, or they break up with you every 2 weeks. That's not normal. Because that's the some people don't know that the normal is not normal. You say, oh, it's normal. It happens in every marriage. No, it doesn't. It happens in every relationship. No, it doesn't. It's not usual for two people that are supposed to be in love and supposed to be committed to each other to be threatening each other with leaving. So I'm going to leave this marriage. So that's not normal. So it's very important you note it. If you're dating and it happened, or you're married and it happening, if you're married and it's happening, you need to stop from today. Stop telling your partner you will leave. Because one day, you either leave or they will leave. Or they will stop you from leaving. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They will stop you from leaving, L-I-V-I-N-G. So you need to understand what I'm saying. All right? Third thing we agreed about was that we would always have a joint account or joint accountability. Since we got married, we never had a separate account. So I didn't understand why a couple will be married and still be living like they're single. That's what many couples are doing. They're married, but they're still living like two separate people. All they are sharing is a bed. Oh, that didn't sink. Let me look at this other side. I say all they are sharing is a bed. They are not sharing their plans. They are not sharing their thoughts. They are not sharing their money. All they are sharing is the bed. That's not the idea of marriage. The Bible said two shall become one. It doesn't make sense if two is remaining as two. God designed it that you will have joint account. When I say joint accountability, what that means is that in case you have a work account or something that you can have two people on, everything going on in that account is transparent and open for your partner to see and is a part of it. And whoever is earning more is not superior to the person earning less. Doesn't mean you make more decisions now because you earn more. Doesn't mean you're a higher member of the citizen of the family. Is somebody getting this? This is the design. And I understand in contemporary marriages, they don't like that. Yes. They say, no, let's separate all our money. We are two people. In case you run away, I don't trust my husband, I don't trust my wife. The real issue is not the money. The issue is why would you marry someone you don't trust? That's the real discussion. And it shows your value system has problems. Because you are very comfortable with giving your life to someone, but keeping your money safe. It means you don't know what has value and what doesn't have value. It's your life that should be in the safe. Your money, you can get your money back. But you are keeping your money in the safe and putting your life at risk. You are giving your life to someone that you can't give your money to. It shows something is wrong with your value system. You are dealing with financial trauma. Because people that are really hungry and suffering, they value money more than life. Because the first person that can kill you, the easiest person to kill you is who you are married to. One drop of something in your tea, in your coffee, in your food. They can press you with pillow at night. You're already at risk. One of my favorite things I watch on TV is American Crime Channel. The real ones, not the acted ones, the real crimes that they investigate. I've watched that thing so much. Right now, I feel like LAPD. I feel I'm a detective with American, with Houston police. Because I've watched it so much, I know the questions to ask. I know how to investigate it. Even if somebody dies around, you call me. Before you call police, I can investigate it. I know the job so much. Once a married person dies, the number one suspect is their spouse. And those guys, the police detective will just come. He will have his badge here. They don't wear uniform, you know now. We don't wear uniform. Our badge will be one of these things, our pocket here. We'll just come and say, hi, this is Special Detective Kingsley. We're so sorry about the death of your partner. So why are you still crying? I say, we're so sorry about what happened. When I say, where were you by 3 p.m. today? Because you are the number one suspect. We're still crying, But where were you by 3 p.m.? You say, I was in the office. Say, is there someone that can verify that? While you're talking, they've called their office. They're checking CCTV to be sure that you were there by 3 p.m. So they know that number one suspect is your spouse. And many times that spouse is involved. To show how warped your value system is, not even just money. You can trust your children with this person. But your money isn't safe. That means you still value money more than human life. Something is very wrong with you. You need therapy. So we always agreed that money will never be an issue. Marry somebody you trust. I still jokingly tell my wife, and it's purely joke, can never happen. I say, even if forever, you decide to leave ourselves, I say, I'll still trust you with the money. please you'll be distributing the money for all of us, me and the children, because you're still way a better manager. Is somebody know what I'm saying? You should be that comfortable. We've always had a joint account from day one, and it has helped because one of the things that separates a couple is money. Once your money is separate, your thoughts will be separate, your plans will be separate. If your money is together, you can't plan apart. There are sometimes as a pastor, I'm talking to the husband, I say, will you be around for midweek service? He said, no, so I'm traveling on Tuesday. Midweek service is Wednesday, I'm going to travel on Tuesday. I said, okay, no problem. When you come back, let me know. I will now tell the wife that, will you be around or you two are traveling? She will say, traveling. She said, we're not traveling. I said, your husband is traveling on Tuesday. She says, no, he's not. I said, he is. The wife doesn't know that he's traveling because he has accounts he can control by himself. If they are doing joint accounts, there's no way you can't make plans outside of your partner. Putting your money together forces you to talk, forces you to plan. And when one of you want to make a stupid decision, the other one is a sense of reasoning. Many of you don't know your money personality. When you're single, you don't know whether you are good with money or not. Marry first. And you have to defend every project. Then you know whether you're good. And whether what you want to buy makes sense. I need to buy this shoe. Why? It's on sale. When you start having to defend your decisions, you will now know that a lot of the decisions you're making doesn't make sense. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So joint accountability helps your management, helps your faith. There's an exercise we do with couples sometimes. I was telling Pastor about it. I want to do it. Maybe sometime we'll come again. There are financial exercises every couple should do. One of it is goal setting. On that one is that we interview couples. We give them a piece of paper and say, look, if you receive £1 million or £500 or £100,000, what are you going to do with it? And we tell the man to write, tell the woman to write, and we now ask them which other. In fact, some of them, they don't talk. Some don't know what the husband is going to do if he has £100,000. They don't know what the wife is going to do if he has. So they don't talk. They don't plan. You must have clear agreements financially. And running your money together is definitely one of the strongest things you can do as a couple. Because every decision somehow tallies back to money.
Please be sure you're marrying someone you can trust when it comes to money. It's very important. And also understand your money personalities, because me, I saw Shige.
Yes, sir. We've shared the story.
Let me just say my own.
Yes, sir.
But I thank God, because if we didn't have joint accounts, I wouldn't know how bad he was with money. Mm-hmm. I would always assume he had money. And I think sometimes that's the problem in some marriages, where the man thinks the woman is always asking for money because she doesn't know what you have. She thinks you have. You are not telling her. If she sees clearly that you don't have, what's she going to ask for?
Yes. Do you
something
think
that is not there.
Jesus gave Judas the money to handle? Limit your stealing.
Yes.
You too. It's like steal everything.
So it's important that you guys understand and talk about your money personalities. I think that's what joint account does for you. You have to talk.
And plan.
You just have to talk. Which takes me to our next agreement.
And please, if you know you're married a troublesome person already, you can be careful now.
Yes.
We understand that we're not oblivious to the fact that some of you have already entered with the wrong kind of person. So the person is reckless and putting the family at risk. So I get that. So in those kind of cases, you might need to get the wisdom of God. She did some things when I was financially reckless that now saved us. So you need to get the wisdom of God also how to navigate. You know that person you married, before the money comes, they have gone to bet to finish the money. In those kind of cases, you might need to rescue the family, okay?
Or buy unnecessary things.
Yes, so
because betting might not be the issue.
Yes, I'm just using betting as a
unnecessary things.
Yeah, no, unnecessary.
Like things that's very unnecessary that they will be defending.
Is snooker board unnecessary?
They will defend it.
Explain snooker. Is it unnecessary?
So snooker
like
board.
The dog I bought.
Wait. Snooker
board. I bought
board.
2 dogs on our wedding day. Is that unnecessary? 2 dogs. Dog lovers know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to buy one because the other one will be lonely. So I had to buy 2. I was a financial wreck. Trust me, we'll share the story on that day.
Let's not go into that today. But thank God, because if not, I would think we have money we didn't have. So it's good that we had a joint account so I could see and track the spending and correct what I needed to correct. Okay, so our next agreement was based off of communication. Okay, I'll give you a background before I tell you what the agreement was. So this agreement came in the first few months of our marriage. So when we got married, I had this before I got married, I had this bad habit of when I'm upset, I sulk. I'll just be quiet and, just implode. I don't discuss it. If you ask me what's wrong, I'll say nothing, but I'll just be carrying on. What we call in Nigeria, carrying face. Just be carrying face. The person say what's wrong, you say nothing. Good morning, do you want to eat? But you're not talking, you're just walking about with that attitude. So first couple of months, I'm sure it was nothing because me too. It's not like I'm okay like that. It was nothing. It can't be anything serious. That's my point because I used to be very petty. So any small thing would get me, because I'm also a perfectionist, so any small thing would get me upset. And we share these things honestly to show you that we're real people. So if we can do it, you can have a great marriage. Okay, if you obey God's principles, there's no superstar, there's no secret here, right? So I can't remember what he did. But I started doing that thing. I started sulking. So I'll just carry my face. What will you eat? Your food is on the table. He asked me what's wrong. I'll say nothing. Or do you think there's something wrong? He'll say, something happened. No, did you do something? I was just doing all those kind of things. And his heart was free. He didn't even notice he did anything. But then I noticed something. In that period, I was carrying my face and frowning and doing all kinds of things. I noticed that he would wake up in the morning and he would be praying really loudly. He will pray very loud. He will be singing worship off key, but he'll be singing it, really annoying. You almost like when somebody's doing it to annoy you. So the thing was really getting to me. So after a few days, I think it was like the third day, I couldn't take it anymore. And I went to meet him and I said, I feel like you're very wicked. And I was like, wicked? I said, yes, you offended me and you are praying and singing and who is answering that prayer? Even the scripture is clear on how you deal with people when you've offended them. He opened I've never seen him so shocked in his life. He looked at me and was like, is that what that was? He thought I was being sober and vigilant and meditating, and he was feeling challenged. So he said, I honestly thought you were, trying to study one, and I was challenged that this girl cannot come to my house and now be oppressing me spiritually. I'm the spiritual head here. So that's why he was praying more and worshiping and oh my God. And so after we had that conversation, we both agreed, right? Honestly, I just came to the conclusion that men, they're not like that. Men, I'm telling you, I always say it now, men didn't that was the day I came to that conclusion. Then how can you not know that you've offended me? How can you think that I'm being sober and vigilant? How does that even add up? But honestly, you know what touched me was his sincerity. He was very sincere about it. That he was challenged. And he was like, this guy can't come to my house and be more spiritual than me. So he was praying more, praying louder, worshiping more. It was really very annoying. So we came to the conclusion that if there's a problem, you don't sulk, you talk.